Give me some parenting advice here, guys. Let me tell you what I'm up against. All right. I got a 4-year-old in the house who, for whatever reason, is at that period in his life that I'm sure many of us can relate to, but for him, it's a little bit more extreme. That he is always worried that we are going to leave him. He will say that to me every time I walk out the door to go to work, every time I walk out the door to go to practice, every time I got to leave with a suitcase to go get on an airplane and travel somewhere. Dad, are you coming back? You're leaving, but are you coming back? Do you promise you will come back? Now, sometimes I got to just run to my pickup to grab something. I'm coming right back. I'll be back inside within 5 seconds. He'll be at the door in tears. Dad, are you coming back? Do you promise you're coming back? Can I come with you? So it's a very sweet thing, right? It's terrible to see that look in his eye, but boy, it can sure make you feel good when all you got to do is step out to your truck to grab a paper that you left behind and then have a young man at the window waiting for you. So now this is even grown now to where it's not when I'm leaving the front door or I'm leaving for a suitcase or I even got to leave for the day. It's now when he goes to bed at night and I've got to just leave his room so he can get some sleep. Dad, you're not going to leave, are you? If I wake up, you're not going to be gone. You promise you'll be here. Yes, I am not leaving anywhere. I promise you, champ, I'll be here. So this is now extended to him having to come check to make sure I'm telling the truth. So at 2 a.m, my spidey senses go off. In the dark of night, I open my eyes, and there he is standing at the foot of my bed watching me sleep to make sure I haven't left him. So that will startle me as soon as I move or I speak or I say, Thero. He takes off running. No hi, no hello. He just runs, and I can hear him run all through the house, run up the stairs. I hear his bedroom door shut. I hear him jumping back. I can hear the whole thing. He will never acknowledge me when I say his name. He'll never say, oh, hey, Dad. Oh, just came to check on you. Just making sure you didn't leave. He won't say anything, which signifies to me he knows he's not supposed to be up and roaming. He knows he's not supposed to be up and out of bed. 2 nights ago, I go into his room to wake him up in the morning. He wakes up in the morning, he yells, come get me, I'm awake. All right, go in his room to get him up. I notice when I go in there, he's got a little cracker snack by his bed that I did not give him the previous night. So I said to him, hey, champ, where'd these goldfish come from? So it turned out somewhere in the middle of the night, he doesn't know what time it is. I don't know what time it is. Somewhere in the middle of the night, let's call it 3 a.m., he went and raided the kitchen and got himself a cracker snack. Cool. No problem with that, except there's a little bit of a bigger talk here, which is, son, when I put you to bed, you have to stay in bed. The reason for that is not Dad being some kind of night policeman that's watching your sleep. I'm okay with natural consequences on sleep. Okay, he's got to go to school each day. He's got gymnastics after that. I'm tired isn't going to work. Then you're going to go through school tired, or you're going to go through gymnastics tired. That will be a natural consequence of you not getting a good night's sleep. Me as a parent, I will make sure you are in that bed for 10 hours. What you do with that 10 hours is kind of up to you. There's no TV in there. He's not playing Xbox. Fortunately, we haven't even got to that. He doesn't have the iPad. I mean, he's either going to sit there bored or he's going to sleep. And then for the large part, he sleeps. But there's a bigger discussion of him up roaming the house at all hours of the night. And I don't know where to go with this. Oh, I should add this in his defense. A few nights ago, now we were on the road. Okay, I just came off the road for 15 days. Did a week in England. I apologize. A week in New York. A week in England. Plane emergency landing. Did a night in Omaha. So when we're in these different unknown rooms that are not familiar to him, when he wakes up, I could imagine where that would be a little bit scared. So you got to jump out of bed and see where everybody's at. I get that. So when I'm in Omaha and I look down at the foot of my bed is the silhouette of my 4-year-old, I can see where that is a little bit different than being home. So I did have a talk with him and said, son, I understand that you're scared that I'm going to leave for whatever reason, but I do understand. And I do remember having fears as a child. And I'm talking to him like a real adult. I'm talking to him just the way I'm talking to you guys. So just so you know, it's okay to come check. It is okay to come check and make sure mom and dad are where they're supposed to be. and then go back to bed if that makes you feel better. I understand that. And the reason I said this to him is because when I would say his name, it startles me too, and I see him, Pharaoh? And he just turns and runs. So that lets me know that he knows that it's not okay. Even though we've never talked about it, it's not okay to get up out of bed in the middle of the night. So I was letting him know in those rare circumstances where you have this genuine attachment disorder and you're scared that your dad has left you, it is okay with me to come in and check and then go get yourself back into bed. I had this talk with him. He, though, being the little manipulator that he is, now he's only 4 years old, okay? I mean, he's learning the system, and the guy's a pretty good hustler. I got to give him that. But he has now converted my statement of it is okay to come in and check on me if you're scared to I can get up and do anything at any time that I want. And if I ever get busted by mom, I can just tell her dad said it was okay if I was scared that he left me, which is now what's invoking him going out and getting cracker snacks at 3 a.m. The bigger problem that we have is, son, as the man of this house, I have to protect this house. If I hear something at 3 a.m., the next thing anybody in this house is going to hear is me racking the slide to a Colt 45, coming through the house in a pair of night vision goggles I got in the back of Soldier of Fortune magazine, and I do not to be surprised by you. So when I tell you guys that I need advice here, I am very genuine in that. I have some friends who have put locks on their children's door, but it locks from the outside. So essentially, they put the child to bed, they lock the door so the child cannot get out. They then have a monitor within the room that they can then see the child from their room. That seems like a really good solution to me. I just can't get over the mere ideology of locking my child in his room. I just don't like that. I don't like how it sounds. I don't want him to be imprisoned at all. I want him to be able to I want him to be able to use the bathroom. Quite frankly, if you're hungry and you're not scared to go down and don't make too big of a mess and get yourself a little, I mean, that's kind of a cool thing. There also has to be some rules. And I find that myself as a parent not being strict enough, being a little bit of the cool parent or being a little bit too understanding. So I'm kind of caught in this vortex and I don't fully know how to handle this. And he's also giving me the signs that even he knows that it's not completely all right to go to bed and then go do whatever the hell you want as soon as mom and dad fall asleep. He's giving me those signs. Reminiscent of the fact that when I do wake up and I say his name as he's standing at the foot of my bed, watching me sleep, he turns off and starts running. But I still don't know fully how to handle this. So I'm all ears. If anybody's been in this spot, tell me what to do.